What up guys, and welcome back to the den, and today in the kitchen we're whipping up a beautiful party dish, my take on jollof rice with a beautiful chicken kebab playing along the lines of a chicken tikka, chicken tandoori kind of vibe, and I'm going to be elevating this with a beautiful apple slaw. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button and like the video. Chicken is a beautiful carrier of flavor, and today we're going to be using a natural blend of spices to try and amplify that flavor in the chicken. We're going to be using some turmeric, garam masala, paprika, etc. Now go ahead and grab about a half a teaspoon of turmeric. Now turmeric is very high in iron and this is very useful for the body. Again, go on and grab some garam masala, pop in about half a teaspoon as well. Now depending on the quantities, you can also add some more and the flavor you want. Again, throw in about a teaspoon of paprika. Now this is for that smoky kind of feel to the dish. Also add in some pepper, some salt, any other spices you so wish. Remember, you always aim to make it palatable for yourself. Now also going to be using some ginger. And I'm just going to be using about a 3 centimeter by 3 centimeter cube of ginger. Now go ahead and peel that up, and I'm going to be using a box grater to grate this. Now this is good because it's going to give me those juices, and now this is good for marinating meat because this gives me that juice in the ginger and it just sinks into the meat, and yeah, it gets the dish going. Now once that is in place, we're going to be also using about 140 grams of natural Greek yogurt, or you can also just use plain yogurt. This works perfectly fine for you, and just look at how creamy that is. Now this will help us to tenderize our meat. We also need about 60 ml of passata sauce, and now I didn't have passata sauce, so I'm using sweet chili here, Thai sweet chili to be specific, and also add it. Just go ahead and make a mess like this dude here. Go ahead and whip that all together nicely. Make sure you have everything blended together. Now for that added kick, just squeeze in about half a lemon juice, and that will just do the trick. Once that is done, just quickly go ahead and tip it over in the chicken. Make sure you have your chicken nicely coated with your marinade sauce. And we're just going to be leaving this as we cook the rice. Will be marinating. Now remember, chicken is a good carrier of flavor, and 2 hours on this or less is good enough to get the flavor in. But overnight, that flavor profile would just be wicked. So if you want that amplified flavor, go for overnight. You know what they say, a party without jollof is like a wedding without cake. Grab your tomatoes, roughly chop it up, add it to a dish. Grab some red bell peppers, 2 if you wish, add it to a dish as well, roughly chopped up. Now I'm using sweet peppers here in place of Scotch bonnet peppers because of heat preference. Now go ahead, coat it with some mixed herbs, some parsley, some thyme, some dill, some salt and pepper. Now roast this in the oven for 40 to 60 minutes if you wish. And quickly whip it up in a blender to get your tomato stew paste. Now jollof is a simple West African dish made in a tomato stew. Now we're going to be making this in my crock pot on a low to medium heat. Just add your stew paste and cook it down until it becomes a thick paste and most of the water has dehydrated. Add your tomato puree. Be sure to cook down your tomato puree to avoid it from being bitter. Now we're going to be adding an array of spices, some curry powder, some mother-in-law spice, some bay leaf, some black pepper as well. Whatever really gets you going. Remember, we always aim to make it palatable for your preference. Some paprika as well for that smoky flavor, as well as to amplify that color. Now by the side, you want to be making sure that you're toasting some basmati rice that is made sure to have washed clean and all the starch is washed out. Hey, somebody started a GoFund page with this guy and buy him some wooden spoons. We can be using tablespoons to toast some rice. Anyway, as we move on, make sure you've toasted the rice well and add it to the tomato stew paste, and make sure you mix it all together. Keep mixing it and keep toasting the rice until everything is incorporated well, and we add in the remaining spices of the dish. And we will be using some chicken stock that is prepared by the side to cook our rice. Now you can use water, but remember, for that extra punch of flavor, we want to make sure we have all that goodness from the chicken. So go ahead and add in some water or chicken stock or beef stock if you wish, depending on how you're going to be having your jollof, either with chicken or with beef. And make sure you add enough to cook the rice as well. The punch in the aroma, just where we need it. Perfect. Now after you've simmered off your rice for about 20 to 30 minutes depending on the quantity you have, you want to go ahead and make sure your rice is cooked to about al dente. Not cooked through, but just almost done. Go ahead, give it a taste to make sure you have it where you need it. Now at this stage it might seem as if you don't have enough water to cook off the rest of the rice, but we're going to be trapping the steam from the rice using foil paper or parchment paper to make sure we have that perfect cook on the rice. Go ahead and reduce the heat once you've covered your pot with foil paper or parchment paper. Keep this on the heat for another 15 to 30 minutes, but be sure not to burn the rice. As we go on, we're going to be going onto our kebabs, and I'm sure the flavors have soaked into the meat. Just go ahead and add some olive oil to a little pan, and at this stage, as the oil heats up, we're going to be going ahead and adding our chicken to the skewer. Now make sure you have the spacing just right on the chicken. We don't want to pack it too much because this will prevent the chicken from cooking through. So make sure you let it breathe and there's enough space on the skewer. So just quickly alternate your chicken, your green pepper. Now again, go ahead and add any vegetable you wish. You can go ahead with any onions or anything. Listen to the sizzle on that pan. Now go ahead and flip your chicken after 2 to 3 minutes on each side and make sure we get that semi-authentic char as if we're using coal on the grill. Now go ahead and give your chicken some rest, but if you wish you can go ahead and finish this in the oven and we're getting ready to plate. Now go ahead and play around whichever way you want it. I've got my apple still ready and I'm just going to be whipping up something quick to plate up. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and smash that like button, like this video, share this video, and drop a comment below on what content you want to see next. Be sure to stay tuned for more fire videos, for more banger videos and recipes. Catch you guys soon. Take care.